Hey everybody, welcome to another 5 Minutes with Ben. I'm Ben, and today the game I'm going to look at is actually a suggestion from someone in Discord named Mitchell. I don't take suggestions, but I did anyway because the spirit of this season or some crap. Anyway, this is the game between Carlsen and Carlsen's white. This was in the Magnus Carlsen Invitational. And it's a rapid game, which I assume was played online, but I'm not 100% sure. But it was played in March of 2021. And the game has a lot of very interesting points, and the game is super complicated, so you could analyze with a super engine for a long time and probably be confused. Anyway, Wesley was. Okay, please like and subscribe and leave a comment after you watch the video with any comments you have. So Wesley and Magnus is white, played the 4 knights. First it started as a Petrov, but Magnus said, yeah, let's play the 4 knights. Okay, now, since computers started getting involved with opening preparation, a lot of grandmasters are playing, I don't want to say weird, but unusual looking moves. It's just weird. So here he played the move A4. I've also seen the move A3. So, you know, they're playing everything nowadays. Okay, bishop B4. Now, maybe you think A4 is not weird. Maybe you think A4 is the most normal looking move ever. So then Magnus is like, what do you think of this? Bishop D3. So basically this looks like a game, you know, played in the under 1,000 kids section at the Nationals. Okay, Wesley played D6. They castled. Magnus played knight to D5. Bishop went back to C5. C3. Magnus wants to play B4, which would trap the bishop. So Wesley plays A5. Bishop C2. Magnus wants to play D4 at some point. They traded on D5. Knight E7, putting pressure on D5. Magnus ignored that and played knight G5. Double attack on H7. So Wesley played H6. Magnus played D4, counterattacking the bishop. Bishop B6. Now, the person, if you can call them a person, who suggested I look at this game on 5 Minutes with Ben, they thought this move was very unusual. Knight H7. Still theory, except for one thing. So Wesley saved his rook, and Magnus sacrificed his knight. And you have to take the knight, because it's check and the rook's attacked. So don't want to lose material. Okay, in this position, the engine says is equal, assuming both sides play correctly. I think the engine wants to play C5, which is a move nobody would ever think of ever. It also makes no sense. Wesley's move is okay. The engine says it's still okay. Played E4, blocking the bishop. And basically, black has to block both bishops because both bishops are heavily attacking the king, and these pieces don't have a lot to say about it. So F-E4, rook E1 is the correct move. White not only wants to take this, but more importantly, white wants to get their rook into the game and start attacking with the rook also. Okay, now, according to the engine, this is the losing move. This move weakens black's king too much, even though it looks like the most obvious move. Wesley played F5, defending the pawn, and because you're weakening all the dark squares, and my dark square bishop's going to come in, and my rook can come in over here, F5, the engine says white's winning now. Bishop takes H6. It doesn't like Wesley's next move, but that means white goes from like +3 to +5. This is a rapid game, so black's not going to defend perfectly. If I was black, I'd probably play knight G6 because it's like sort of near my king. Although I don't know what to do against bishop here or rook coming in, but you know, I'll figure that out later. Okay, so he took on D5. That prevents rook E3. So bishop G5 was played. Now it doesn't like Wesley's next move either, but it goes from like +5 to +6. But Wesley knows, as well as anyone, never play f6. Okay, Magnus took advantage of f6 by playing bishop b3, punishing him on the diagonal, c6. Now rook e3, and I guess both players calculated if you take this, that check and rook h3 is probably quite annoying for black. It's hard for me to believe that black can get out of this somehow. Rook h7 and rook h8 are both threats. So instead of taking the bishop, Wesley tried to run away, king f8. Magnus continued in the same vein, queen g6. So this would transpose to that last variation that I didn't like for black. So Wesley prevented rook h3 by playing f4. f4 protects h3. Okay, now bishop h6 check. This is now checkmate. f4 unprotects the e-pawn. And now after king here, queen g7 looks good. It is mate in 5, but queen h7 is more accurate because it defends f5. So after king e6, rook e4 is checkmate. And instead of walking into mate in 1, in this position, Wesley resigned. Well, you can't blame Wesley for losing because this was the Magnus Carlsen Invitational. If it was the Wesley So Invitational, then I would expect a different result. So thanks to Mitchell on Discord for suggesting the game. I'm Grandmaster Ben Finegold. This has been at least 5 minutes with Ben, probably a lot more. And I'll see you guys next time. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Bye, everybody.